Man. Let me tell y'all something about Now I Fail You from Scarface. This is possibly in my top three favorite Scarface songs, next to Smile and next to Mr. Scarface is Back, based off the storytelling alone. See, what this song here, it reflects on Scarface's harsh upbringing as a child. The production itself was very somber, so it was very perfect. And you get 7 minutes, which was very rare at that time for people to really rap 7 minutes straight. So here he talks about his childhood, he talks about his pops breaking out and his stepdaddy stepping up and raising him. Then he talked about his grandmother being a traditionalist and showing appreciation to the family. Then in the second verse, he talks about becoming more of a man, facing peer pressure, facing the drug game. Then he also gets into a situation where he's talking about baby mama drama. Just a lot of the ills that young black males face. This is a very relatable song right here. Like, on the second verse, he really tackles that. Baby mama issues, poverty, being broke. The third verse is where he hits home with the hope factor, where he talks about he's hoping one day together we come, but we're going to fall quick because we always want to hate on another brother's shit. And that's real talk, man, because at that time, we were sitting there talking all that we need to come together, talk, but jealousy always played an important role to why that never ever happened, even to this day. So when you listen to this song, it's a very dope, introspective song, and you really get of how Scarface maintained with his trials and tribulations. And even he read it here. He said all this he went through was a true story. It's a very heartfelt record. That was a very difficult album to make because I was coming off the Ghetto Boys tour and I had met up with Craig Kelman and Leo Colin in Baltimore. I was recording my first album and Leo was saying, I could get you some money. Keep in mind, this was my first solo album. I'm 20 years old. Leo was like, you could get $250,000 to $300,000 to do one solo album. I was like, huh? I did not go through with that. I should have did it instead. I recorded my first solo album and had some success with it. After that album, I wanted to get it out of my deal. They were like, give us $2 million or ridiculous shit like that. I was like, huh? If you want all this money, I had no idea I was worth all that. Well, they just pay me what I'm worth. But contractually, what you sign is what you sign for. I'm sure everybody knows how that story goes if you sign a record contract. I don't remember what the Ghetto Boys cut was. I think 5% or maybe 7 or something. Maybe back then we were glad to just put an album out. And see, he was going through it at that time too. He said, it's not no justifiable homicide. You never gave a warning. You just straight up shot him from the back. But all that crying in the world ain't going to bring him back. Now he's talking about brothers getting killed by the police. Unjustifiable. He said, you give a gat to a black, he don't know how to act. Well, you got to tell your story to the judge, not the imitation judge, the judge that everybody loves. He talk about God. And here, he basically talks about the spiritual court of law. If the man upstairs grants you forgiveness, then in reality, you took care of your business. And he ended it with that on that note. But this one song right here is a great introspective track where you get a real indication of what a young black man not only goes through, but also what Face had to go through and his adversity of recording this album. So I'm going to be doing more breakdowns of some of my favorite songs that I felt didn't really get a lot of looks at that time. So be on the lookout for that, man. This is King Eric signing out. Peace.